Can you believe it? It's been over 3 years and a couple of months since Assassination Classroom came to an end. And honestly, it really does not feel that long. It does not feel like it's been since 2016 of June when the series came to its conclusion. And it's definitely a series that holds a special place within my heart. It's something that every so often I think about and I want to just, I want to reread again. It's something that just really stands out. When it comes to shonen that's came out over the years, it was something very rare. It was something that didn't overstay its welcome. It was something that showed that the writer knew where they wanted to take their story, how they wanted to end it, and set up a clear theme, a message of a coming-of-age story. And I think that Assassination Classroom is just a beautiful example of great writing. And I was actually asked by Viz Media to talk about Assassination Classroom today, and I was actually very excited. And so before I begin, I want to thank, Viz Media for allowing me to do this video and giving me the opportunity to talk about a series that, honestly, I've wanted to talk about for a while. I just didn't really know how to talk about it. So, I'm kind of glad I get to make this video. So, with that out of the way, though, I was given a box set of Assassination Classroom, as you can see right here. And honestly, I'm happy about this, because I actually only own the first 4 volumes, and the reason why I only own the first 4 volumes of Assassination Classroom, before I got this, obviously, from Viz Media, was because when I was collecting it, there was only 4 volumes out, and then basically, I really couldn't find the other 4 volumes at my local bookstore. They were always out of stock, or they just only had the volumes I had, so I wasn't really able to ever collect them. And Viz Media contacted me, he's like, hey, Chibi, we want you to talk about Assassination Classroom and all that, and, we want you to showcase this box set. And I'm like, okay, I'm all down for that, because, I like the series. I've talked about it in the past, and I think it's a very unique shonen. So I was like, I'm all for it, and they sent me the entire series, so thank you very much, I do appreciate it. But, to get right into it, though, in case you've never heard about this series, Assassination Classroom, and you have no idea what it's about, and if you're wondering if you should even start it, my personal recommendation, not just because Viz is sponsoring this video, but because I love manga, and I have a passion for shonen and manga, I truly can say this is worth a read. And I kind of want to explain why it is. When you think about current series in Weekly Shonen Jump like Dr. Stone or, The Promised Neverland, they're very unique. They stand out right now. When you compare it to everything else that normally comes out, it's usually Battle Shonen. But Promised Neverland, as I've talked about many times in the past, was something that was basically like Death Note, like a similar vibe to Death Note. It made it to where you had to think, and it was constantly making you, stand up and wonder, what's going to happen next. You're always thinking about what are the characters going to do next. It wasn't necessarily about fighting, it was just about, using your brain. And Dr. Stone is also something very unique. It's not something that is necessarily typical of a shonen series. It's more of a series of science and adventure, like shonen or adventure series, but it's just a very different take, because you don't normally see series be so educational, especially teaching you about science and stuff, and how to do certain things, and just how much effort has been put throughout human history. And the same I say about those series can be said about Assassination Classroom. And this series came, obviously, before it. And at this time, when you think about a series like Promised Neverland or Dr. Stone, it's kind of become the norm now in Weekly Shonen Jump. At least those type of famous series. Weekly Shonen Jump is slowly shifting. It is changing as a magazine. At least what people want to see, what readers want to see, it is shifting. And Assassination Classroom was around before that shift really happened. Most people really wanted their battle shonen. They wanted their series that were all about, fighting, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. I love myself a good battle shonen. Like, My Hero Academia is a perfect example. I do also love unique and vibrant series, and that's what Assassination Classroom gave many when it came out, because it was about a teacher, this weird designed alien creature, Koro Sensei, that was like, you have a year to be able to assassinate me. If you don't, then I will destroy the planet like I did the moon. And it's such a unique concept. Like, destroying a planet and stuff is something that, you know, is common in a shonen. Like, when you think about Dragon Ball, you can definitely see it. But just the overall theme of, like, this alien pops up in a classroom and it's like, I'm your teacher, I'm a really good teacher, but you also got to try to assassinate me. And if you assassinate me, you save the entire world. And it makes it for a very complicated relationship between the students and teacher, because obviously, as I said, the teacher is a really good teacher. And when you think about it, he's kind of a nice guy. But at the same time, he's someone that's obviously done something to the moon, and he's someone that has, like, you know, needs to be stopped, or the Earth is in danger as well. So there's just a lot of things about it that just start to make you think, like, whoa, like, where is this series going to go? It's such a different story that you're really not used to it whatsoever. And like I said, that's how Assassination Classroom really stood out at the time. When it started to come out amongst all these battle shonen, it really showed how different it was, and it really broke the norm. And it continued on for a while, for around like 180 to like 200 exact chapters or whatever. I forget the exact chapter number, but it wasn't really that long. In the grand scheme of things, it's shorter than My Hero Academia right now. And I think, when you think about it, Assassination Classroom ended at the perfect time. It ended before it overstayed its welcome. See, most series nowadays, not just shonen, so to say, and not even manga, okay? But stories in general sometimes overstay their welcome. This can go for the gaming type of section for entertainment as well. Because sometimes certain stories and stuff overstay their welcome to where you're like, just end it already. Just end it. We don't need it anymore. We don't need to know anymore. You don't need to keep expanding upon the story. Just end it. And see, that's what Assassination Classroom did right. It ended the story before it felt dragged out, and it gave us a nice, crafted story with all the characters, and the main message was not lost, and the main objective of the story was not lost either, what was set up since the very beginning. And I think that's kind of why it really stands out. Honestly, I would declare, you know, Assassination Classroom right here as almost a masterpiece, because that's how unique it is in the story it tells. It's honestly something I could definitely say if you're interested in something that is kind of shortish and you're wanting a good read, right here, good story. I cannot recommend this series enough. For those individuals that truly just want something unique, really give Assassination Classroom a try. If you like The Promised Neverland, if you like Dr. Stone, then you really cannot go wrong. Also, a little tidbit I would like to add on for any of those that are unaware. For a while now, you have it to where certain individual series weekly chapters are actually free. For instance, My Hero Academia, One Piece, The Promised Neverland, Dr. Stone, it comes out free on Viz Media every single week. And it's something that I, in the past, have made a separate video on and praised, because it's definitely a nice way to give manga to individuals that don't want to pay, but also at the same time, if you want to read the entire catalog of shonen that's been from the past, if you get an account, you can read everything. And if you're one of those individuals that do want to support the industry, want to support the mangaka that write these stories and stuff, then I do recommend making a Viz Media account. And I'm not just saying that because they're sponsoring this video, but because, honestly, it's just so easy to find series on it. It's so easy to be able to actually just read your favorite stories with good quality, you know, pictures. Because I don't know, I really find it nice to know I'm reading it legally, good scans and all that, and it's also something that just, you know, has the entire catalog. And each week, even if you're not paying, you get a free chapter. Like, you get free chapters to, you know, Dr. Stone, etc. So, I mean, if you're someone that actually doesn't want to pay, but you want to read it at the new chapter every single week, Viz Media offers that free every single week. But obviously, the previous chapter, it's not free anymore, and you got to kind of like have a subscription. But if you're someone that likes to keep up to date, then there you go. But yeah, if you're interested, I guess I'll link Viz Media in the description below as well if you're interested in checking out the, you know, their store or whatever, Weekly Shonen Jump, if you want to read their chapters, because once again, it is a legal website that allows you to read, and there's no ads either, so it's really nice. Now, another thing, too, is, if you're interested in, you know, this box set as well, you know, Assassination Classroom, then I do recommend, actually going to the link in the description below and purchasing a copy. Which, by the way, I want to do something very special, actually. And Viz Media didn't tell me to do this, but I actually want to do it to kind of make it very special. I want to kind of do a giveaway. It's something I've actually never done before on the channel. I've never done a giveaway before, but I want to do it. And so, I'm going to take money out of my own pocket to give one lucky winner an Assassination Classroom box set. And basically how it's going to work, how you can kind of get a box set, how one lucky winner can get it, is by posting a comment, down below and basically just say whatever you want to say. You know, just talk about Assassination Classroom, talk about how you felt about the video, etc. And I'll pick one random person, and I'll probably contact the individual in the comments, and then I will, you know, ask you maybe in a private message, either through email or through Twitter, etc., and I will ship you, you know, Assassination Classroom box set. So, I want to do a giveaway. I think it's really right, honestly. It's something I've never done, and I kind of want to share, you know, something with individuals a part of this community, so hopefully, you know, it works out. It's something I've never done before, and if it works out well, I'll do more of it. But, yeah. Thank you so much, Viz Media, for sponsoring this video. Thank you so much for all of you guys giving me the opportunity to be able to make this stuff in the first place, to be noticed by Viz Media. I do appreciate it, and I love you guys. You have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Be safe. Chibi out.